Boom! Boom!
A boom!
Ba-boom! See, I was just seeing your mouth movement. I didn't hear the boom.
Ba-bang!
Ba-bang boom.
Oh, you heard it that time. You heard of that one, right?
Yeah. I mean, not maybe the execution you hoping for, but
Right.
I heard that boom and I feel it here, Josh.
That's good.
Right in the chesticles.
Right in the chest. Here comes the boom. Here comes the boom. What is up, all you fine folks out there? Welcome to the Stuck in the Middle program. I myself is Josh. Above me is the fine progressive patriot, Mr. Eli. At your services, how do you do? I ask you.
Well, first off, hello to those of you in the audience. We like to keep it interactive, so shout out C-Files, Nikki, welcome. You're the early ones to the show today. I hope you all are doing well. We are, I want to take a moment and get cheesy, so get your nachos out.
What kind of cheddar? We got a provolone, a mozzarella.
Thick, like sour brie that's like 50 years old.
With a little bit of caramel and green apple?
I'm feeling pretty freaky today,
Okay.
so we're going to do that. We're going to do that.
All right. Let's get cheesy.
Just to, we're going to get cheesy. All right, just to kind of, this is for me, but I'm going to selfishly say it's not. It's for all of you.
Okay.
Where I am aware, sometimes the show goes through massive ebbs and flows, and sometimes, like, I will personally get, like, absolutely focused and obsessive about, like, thinking how amazing everything is. So in that spirit, no matter what, my gratitude is there, regardless of that. And I guess I just wanted to go inside baseball and share that. I have the eyes, and I see what's been accomplished.
I don't even know what you're talking about. Are you're just being thankful for to the
being
people?
Thankful to everybody that's engaging.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense.
I maybe take the time to see how a show has done in the past, and maybe it'll stick to my head, but it's not going to go to my head. And that's why I want to acknowledge the real MVPs, which is everybody that tunes in and sticks along for the ride. So
Yes.
Thank you.
Really has nothing to do with us, and I'm not being facetious. Like, we enjoy, like, me and Eli probably did like an hour just to ourselves before we even went live. We're just talking here, like, riffing. But what matters is if you guys enjoy it. So, as per the last episode, it does seem like there are some of you out there who are enjoying it. So, we're going to do our best to keep that enjoyment train rolling. I was trying to do something more creative, but that's all I had. The enjoyment train rolling. Choo-choo.
That's so, hey, by all means, and even if we derail, it's going to be to the benefit of all. So today, what brings us?
I like now that derail works because it's the enjoyment train. So a trains do derail. So hopefully this one doesn't. Hopefully this one doesn't.
Right. And we want to be derailed or not. We hope it's fun to watch. So with
pop
that,
up the bam. We
go.
You want to let the people know? Just give them a brief overview of some of the topics we might hit on today off the little thumbnail there.
All right, so I think there's a level of pride that Josh and I have. Like, we know that
Gay
we
pride.
can cut the jib and just kind of rib off of anything and keep talking. But I personally have done some homework about a very polarizing figure. Candace Owens has been on my brain, and I listened to her live streams, and I decided, because I know some things that I always brought up when I was a lefty, and I decided to just fact check myself and look at her history. So I want to break down into some of that. And then there's the Jesse on Fire. I'm convinced that he's kind of a hack. If you're a fan of his, all the power to you. Open format, but I think he's just there completely grifting off of Candace Owens and doing nothing more that's actual work. Then we're going to break down, I think, into some of the Ericka Kirk stuff. I need to be careful because sometimes I take it personally when people have these theories, and if I find them a little too out there, I'll feel some kind of way. So we're going to talk about it.
And then we also have his name is USA Tyler, and there's two clips, like if we get into that, if we have time, if we feel like doing it, but it's him walking around UVU, kind of showing you these angles and kind of going over like how close the situation was. Like, people don't realize, like, yeah, they say 150 yards, 170 yards, but until you kind of visualize it and see it, like, oh, it's really not that far. And he kind of goes up the stairs in the back to show you the angle from behind kind of doesn't make sense. And then in another video, he kind of takes you on the path the alleged shooter would have taken to get there, past the rose bed thing that we see on the ring camera. and like through this little underground tunnel, and but literally it's like up these stairs, and there's his little perch. It's not it's a really easy thing to get to, which also makes you wonder how come no one saw him either, because it's like, wait till you see it. It is kind of out in the open, and stairs lead right up to where it is, so it's not like this emergency ladder exit thing to get on the roof or anything like that. It's stairs. So.
It's a literal on the ground, boots on the ground look, when it's so easy to just look at maps and the lines being drawn. When you take the first person view, you get a nice sense of reality, I'd say. But with that being said, further ado, what to break into, Sir Josh? We just break right into the Candace.
Yes, most definitely. And there's I guess an documentary or an expose going around by somebody named BLK Belief. BLK Belief. But he go ahead.
No, I commented just to let that individual know, like, thank you for compiling this work together, and that it's going to be utilized on a live stream. So, I mean, you want me to kind of introduce why I was so passionate?
Well, do you know anything about what this documentary is going over, as far as what social autopsy is? Like, I guess in 2016, she was trying to create this platform called Social Autopsy, and the goal of it was to dox people, I guess, cancel people. What I mean, like, do I have that wrong?
I think that's the more accurate assessment of it. If you don't want to, like, just be somebody corrected me before, it's hyperbole, right? Candace is a polarizing figure right now, and the purpose of this Project 180 or Project Autopsy, I know it is shocking, but I think it was 2018 that she created and made a Kickstarter and was getting money to create a program on the internet that would, in essence, strip away our anonymity. And if they viewed it, her
2016
group, 2016,
2016.
Thank you. So at that point, her and her group and those that agreed with her would be able to weaponize your identity and essentially legally dox you. That was the goal.
Yeah. So
of hers.
And she wanted it to be like an interactive thing. It says right here, it says the proposal for the site was that it would allow users to submit social media posts with their anonymity. So yes. I guess that's what it was. So if you got like a bullying or a harassment post, you would then take this post and submit it to this company. Is that, like, do I have that correct? Or
the goal was to own the format, and to join it, you have to give your identity, your information. And if you post something that they deemed as hateful or hate speech, they could legally dox you. Oh. And we have, as a result, this is the video that I found a couple weeks ago, and I watched it in its entirety. I think the first few minutes breaks it down pretty damn well. And while I understand this is important, the people that you're going to see that kind of felt like it was attacking them, I understand the optics. You may see them and judge them. They're going to be mostly lefties, but this kind of availability and access could work against everybody. And that's why I think it's so important. And I find it laughable that Candace Owens is celebrated as this proponent. And this is not a hate stream. She is accomplishing amazing milestones. I question some of her reporting, and I see some people get very passionate about that. But I find it funny, her history. I know I'm going a little long-winded here, but remember in high school, she has presently said she's never benefited from racism. In high school, her and the NAACP sued the high school she went to for racism. She doesn't like talking about that. Secondly, Project 180, Project Autopsy, Social Autopsy, and this I'll have to explain later, the connection to the Tate brothers with their alleged crimes. I have my own judgments on them. So I wanted to look at this person that is now making all types of claims that are going wild and benefiting her monetarily on YouTube and other platforms.
This goes on to say, after experiencing bullying and harassment as a teen, Candace wanted to create a solution to teach minors to regulate their behavior online. The platform would allow teachers and parents to impose minor discipline on students who bullied others online in the hopes this would prevent them from continuing this behavior as adults. When she started the Kickstarter to raise money for the idea, she quickly became intertwined in much larger internet conflict about anonymity and bullying. This is the story of what really happened to Candace Owens' defunct tech platform, Social Autopsy. So yeah, it does. I feel like there's an idea there that it was like kind of like, all right, if you want to be a bully, you're going to get publicly shamed kind of thing. Like, and like publicly shaming works. It like, you know, there's no law involved. You just kind of get publicly shamed for an action you did. And like, you may not do that again because everybody came out and said, stop it, weirdo, or, you know, shame. So I feel like the idea is there. So I'm not sure in which part she lost her way, or because I could see it also being abused as this thing where like, well, I don't like this person and I'm going to tell you that I took it as bullying, but in actuality, I didn't, and I just want to harass this person, and now I'm going to upload their post here, and then you can have, so that's what I want to know too. So when you uploaded your post to this Social Autopsy place, like, did you have other users who were like, all right, I'm helping you out, or was it people who work for Social Autopsy that then did what they had to do, or was this all community-based interactions?
It is my understanding, based on the video and whatever else I could find about it, that you would have to essentially, and I could be wrong, sign up for it to have a voice on the platform that they were generating there. And my obvious fears is just that yes, it would be utilized wrong, and we have an example of just that.
Yeah, it seems like doxing, right?
It's 100% doxing. And I want to just give a reaffirmation to the audience. Welcome. It's okay to bushwatch, but we would entice you to feel free to engage. You can bushwatch, bushwhack even, but feel free to comment. We're all about the engagement. So welcome, and it's good to see y'all.
Let's switch on over to the video here. I think I got it on 1.5 speed, so we don't have any trouble. But yeah, so maybe like the first 4 minutes we'll check out, and then if we like it, we can keep going. If we get the gist of it, then we can kind of move on.
Yeah, and we could absolutely jump around if need be. Sure.
Jump around. Jump. All right, here we go.
And get down.
Candace left college without graduating in 2000.
There you go. There you get up, get down. All right.
I ain't leaving you hanging, son.
We're there.
Come on.
We're there.
And took a job at Vogue. In 2012, she took a new job at a private equity firm. By 2015, she quit that job to start her own media platform called Degree 180. The goal of the platform was to create, quote, better content for the internet, end quote. Candace would be the company's CEO, and Zoe Weiner, a rising beauty and fashion journalist who had been an intern at Vogue during Candace's time there, would be senior editor-in-chief. Candace wanted to change the way discourse unfolded on the internet. The platform hired writers to publish articles about various topics. Candace wrote articles as well. In 2016, Candace decided to create another platform called Social Autopsy. The proposal for the site was that it would allow users to submit social media posts anonymously. Then employees, schools, and any others who access the site could search the aggregated post by name. If a person were bullying another person under their real name, anyone could submit them to Social Autopsy, where their online messages could be found.
Words are real. People don't.
So that's what I want to know. So yeah, so they're uploaded to this site. So then do other users take it upon themselves to go after this person? Like, if I'm not signed up for Social Autopsy and I bullied somebody, right? And then my post gets put up on Social Autopsy, why do I care? How does it affect me? So that's like, so was the goal here to get other people wanting to go after the bully?
I think the goal was to establish, like, to own the platform where they could say who the bully is and why, and then utilize what they do as the weapon. And I don't know if that's astutely answering the question. Like, I don't know if you can, I don't even know if you had access from the outside, if that's what you're asking, like a user, and then just jumping into post. Like, I think you just had to sign up and give your information, your address.
For sure. No, that like all the users had to be signed up. I get that. But let's say I'm the bully. I'm not signed up. I'm not even on social. Like, how does it even affect me if it's only for people who are users? Unless I'm saying the goal for Social Autopsy was, as a user, I upload a post. Other users come see that post and they identify the person who was bullying, and then these said users then go after the bullier, like outside of Social Autopsy. Like, so like, how else would it shame the person if they only uploaded like a bullying post to this site that's restricted to users only? How would other people know to watch out for the bully? So that's why I feel like the next step was then for some of these users to kind of go after the person who was bullying people. How they did that, I have no idea.
I mean, well, good point, because there's a reason why this whole program didn't get as far successful as was intended. I'm not certain on how long it existed or how much it was like initiated, but yeah, I do see the point. I don't know, because it didn't fully launch, how they would take someone on the outside of the network, but I think they wanted to establish, I think I'm just looping here, that they would have the ownership to and make you want to sign up, so you would have the voice, so they could publicly humiliate you if you came under their version of what a bully is.
And then maybe also too, like, there was incentive. Well, if you want to defend yourself, you got to be a user. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
right.
So
paying to have a voice. What's up, Dark Canadian?
and paying to defend your voice. It's like, no, that wasn't me bullying. They're taking it the wrong way. Like, even if you wanted to, to defend yourself from, because I'm sure a lot of people abuse that. I'm sure a lot of people, or we're going to abuse it, where they're like I said in the beginning, oh, I don't like this person. I'm not taking it as them bullying me, but I'm just going to upload their shit here so other people can fuck with them.
Oh, yeah. That's an obvious angle to utilize this platform for the wrong reasons, right? You could have a personal beef, which I have experience with, right? Yeah,
Right.
I can tell there was some sort of reference in the chat, although by my own choice, I have blocked some people. I could tell there's some hullabaloo, and that's all well and good. Everyone's welcome here. Just doesn't mean I have to see it.
Ooh,
But,
I love hullabaloo.
yeah.
We don't got to focus on it. But I love a good hullabaloo. I don't have to be a part of it. I don't have to see it. I just like hearing that there's a hullabaloo. So awesome.
Yeah. Yeah,
Awesome.
so
Yeah.
shout out to C-Files for attempting to handle that, and all of you, once again, it's good to have you. So let's see some more of the footage here. She was really, she put her all into building this platform.
I think she said something about like words matter before we just paused it. She was like, words matter. I just rewind it just a little bit because I want to make sure I heard that right. Because she definitely has a different vibe nowadays, huh?
Right. That's the importance of me wanting to showcase this.
But you could
It's
grow.
not just because I feel personal, like, I'll admit it. I have skin in the game when I think I start to hear anything that might be anti-Semitic, okay? I am an anti-Zionist, but sometimes I fear it goes too unhinged and it loops everybody that's Jewish into the hatred.
Right.
So
Let's
here
keep
we
playing.
are.
Let's see what she says here.
Name. If a person were bullying another person under their real name, anyone could submit them to social autopsy, where their online messages could be found.
Words are real. People
Words are
don't
real.
assign, like, there's no humanity behind what they say. They just think it's not real. And that's what technology takes away from children, the fact that it is real. And you would never in a million years say those things.
In March
So she's saying words are real and kind of like you can kind of hide behind technology and use words that you don't understand the implication of, or the far-reaching everlasting effects it has when you use such negative bullying words, because you're just typing it. You can't connect it to a person. Just like, so there might be something there, right? Like we're all
absolutely.
disconnected. Yeah.
I think the intentions were perhaps not far off, like somewhat moral, like good intentions, but what would become would be a bit of a monster, and it is a far fall from where she is now. I think she's a bit of a emotional reactionary kind of a journalist that supports very weak sources and citations, and this is why I just wanted to look more into her history.
Heard. Let's keep playing here.
It takes away from children, the fact that it is real. And you would never in a million years say those things.
In March 2016, she spoke about the project. For the last year, I have worked on creating a website, socialautopsy.com, that will stop online bullying by outing the bullies. I create a searchable database of people who spew hate online. I hope it will make people think twice before they exercise their First Amendment rights online as a means to hurt others.
Damn. What?
See, you see the implications here, right?
Yeah, I do. And again, like, just to have a database of people saying naughty things seems a little weird.
It sounds like we're in fucking China or some shit here.
I created it.
She's all pro-America, America first, this and that.
And then here's another problem. Like right here, I created a searchable database of people who spew hate. So who gets to define hate? Like who defines hate for social autopsy?
Precisely. That's too much power to one person. It would all fall on Candace Owens' ultimate. I don't know if she had a committee in place. I don't know what the whole process was going to be, but
Damn.
this would have been a dangerous thing.
It's a slippery slope. I hope it will make people think twice before they exercise their First Amendment right. Imagine if it just stopped right there. I'd have been like, what the? Think twice before I exercise my First Amendment right? But I don't even know if what follows makes it any better. I hope it will make people think twice before they exercise their First Amendment rights online as a means to hurt others. So if you're using your First Amendment right online to hurt hey, douche, hey, you piece of crap, why don't you go, unalive your own, blah, blah, just all this negativity, even though it's your First Amendment right. But I guess you can't also call for violence. So even then, that's not protected. So if you're saying somebody to go harm themselves, well, that's not free speech. That's like that, that's that call to violence kind of thing that it does not.
The incitement.
The incitement, yes, there's the word. It does not cover incitement to violence under the First Amendment, at least not to my understanding.
Here, I'd like a flashback moment. I'd like your opinion.
Hang on a second. Ready?
Amuse somebody. Yeah. Yes, I love it. I'm feeling the waves too, and the Red Bull. By God.
Flashback.
What do you think about, like, all right, because I've shared my life on this show. This show's been around for years, guys. We just have dusted off the microphones maybe a month or so ago, and God bless that we have. I love being transparent, and I know that means that everything I can.
What's your kid's name?
My child.
Yeah, you said you're a transparent.
Oh yeah. Little.
I didn't know you had a kid. Oh, I like that. I like how you talk to your kid like that. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Edith. We don't talk about Edith. Edith feeds on the attention.
Heard.
I try to literally block Edith, but sometimes it's not good enough.
Right.
Wants to come in and just fuck around with shit.
Shut up, Edith.
Yeah, Edith.
Edith. Shut up.
So speaking of Edith, it reminds me, I have shared.
That was my punk band name from the 1980s. Speaking of Edith.
Was it?
Yeah. Yep. That was my punk rock band name.
I'm a big fan. Yeah. When's the reunion tour?
Oh no, everyone's dead except for me, so we kind of just gave up.
Fuck them all.
Yeah.
All right.
That's what I said too. At their funerals.
This is all under the purview of free speech. I shared stories about where I have absolutely done things that I'm not proud of. Who hasn't? I think online people get so caught up in being self-righteous, they'll see a target and they'll see the honesty and the naivete when they go on. So I shared many a story, and then somebody just decided to utilize that free speech to make a case to have me arrested or explain that what was it, that there was no statute of limitations on something that I didn't do but I talked about thinking about.
Oh yeah, like the car ride thing.
Yeah, the car ride thing that I have spoken about ad nauseum, and it's fucking amazing, and that's followed me around. So thank you for all of that very entertaining immersion, giving me a little taste of what being online with free speech is all about. So that's all a part of free speech, right? Trying to weaponize the platform you have to get somebody arrested or terrorize them mentally, like, so the police are going to come for you because you talked about something you thought about.
Eli, remember, freedom of speech has consequences, bro. So you gotta be careful what you. No, I mean, I always kind of chalk that up as like a very extreme version of trolling. Like, I know it for you,
obsessive.
It's a little different because you are in it and I'm looking at it from afar, and probably people don't know what the fuck we're talking about. This is probably a little
true,
but
true.
I always saw it as like not that, like, listen, it's a story you told, and other people are going to believe it or not believe it. That's up to them. And the people who choose not to are going to try to turn it into, just like when I said a joke and people wanted to turn it into something that it wasn't, trying to allegedly throw, oh, look at him, he's going to work, the FBI is coming. Like, okay, cool. Like, I know there's nothing there. So
they
whatever.
Tried to intimidate and had online meetings on their channels. Burn the channel down. All right. So back to Candace Owens here with free speech and
freedom
all
of speech. I think there is also consequences with freedom of speech, but regardless that the First Amendment doesn't cover incitement to violence is where we left off. I was trying to
shout out to Simon Coward. That's a new name. You know how I love my new names. Words don't hurt. Why are they saying words are violent? Is it out for control? It is for control.
All right, let's keep going.
Candace started a Kickstarter to raise money for the project and enlisted the help of engineers to begin development. On April 14, 2016, libertarian journalist Kathy Young came across the Kickstarter page and was concerned. Young tweeted about the project, wondering if it was a glorified dox.
She says, I don't know if she's going to read it. It says it in the last day, there's been a lot of Twitter buzz, none of it good, about a new Kickstarter project, socialautopsy.com, which promises a revolutionary solution to internet trolling and bullying. Some of that buzz comes from me. Yesterday, after reading the project's description and watching the promotional video, I tweeted asking if this was essentially a doxing service under the pretext of exposing alleged harassers and bullies. I have since deleted the tweet since new information led me to think it was somewhat inaccurate and I didn't want to contribute to a panic. And I guess
virtue signaling glorified doxing service is what it would have been.
So she was like, hey, like she was working for them. And then she said, hold up, is this what it is? And then Social Autopsy reached out to her and they said, no. And then she said, okay, well, I deleted my tweet because I think what I was saying was somewhat inaccurate and I didn't want to cause a panic. Why'd you delete your tweet? It's the First Amendment right. That's okay. I'm going to keep going.
And then, of course, I think everybody could tell if you're following along, what would be the next steps of such a platform?
To dox her? I don't know.
Yeah.
Out to Young to clarify that Social Autopsy was not going to be a doxing site. According to Merriam-Webster Dictionary, doxing is publicly identifying or publishing private information about someone, especially as a form of punishment or revenge. Candace told Young that the first iteration of Social Autopsy would only accept submissions of posts that contain personal information about the poster within the post itself.
So she says, in our telephone conversation, Owens assured me that Social Autopsy was not meant to be a doxing platform and that no one making abusive posts anonymously would be outed by name or place of employment. The purpose of the database, she said, was only to preserve evidence of a person's abusive social media posts and match it to publicly available information that they themselves included in their online profiles. Yeah, I know. Well, she's saying the same thing. No, it's not a doxing service, but what we are doing are publishing the posts with their publicly available information that they posted themselves. It's not doxing. We're not finding it out. They've already given it to us. That's why it's not doxing.
Just like you could pay for a service and like get some certain amount of information, but you know, and that would be the excuse if you do it yourself. By the way, anybody that's listening, this is about Candace Owens, something that she pushed for, which I find hilarious given what she is now.
Ooh, check this out. It says a prospective employer or date. So this is what she wanted. So she wanted people to kind of look you up on this thing and see if you ever were a piece of shit. So an employer could look you up, a date could look you up, and they would be able to search the database for the person's name and see if they had made any harassing or abusive comments online. We'd all be fucked. We'd all be fucked. Holy shit.
That's it. It's over.
She said, in response to criticism about the inclusion of minors, Owens also noted the site would be a useful tool for parents who wanted to monitor their teenagers' online activity. I don't know about all that.
I'm all for like the parents being able to do that because of how crazy the internet is.
Right.
You know, so I think that's where the vision here is like understood. It's just a wider implication. I don't think Candace Owens, Inc. was ready to accept the implication.
Let's keep playing.
Posts that contain personal information about the poster within the post itself. Social Autopsy would not research posts to uncover the identity of people who could not be identified within a post. Candace also assured Kathy that the platform would not reveal the identity of anonymous submitters. Young quoted Candace as saying this ability could be added in the future and that Owens didn't see a problem with revealing the identity of users that posted threats online. Once Young spoke to Candace and understood the true intention of the platform, she took down her tweet. By that time, it was too late. Before Young had even posted her tweet, others had seen the Kickstarter page and were raising concerns. Unbeknownst to Candace, she had wandered into a confusing, complex debate about anonymity and free speech on the internet. This controversy was called...
What's that?
Quick pause.
Yeah.
Again, Simon, who is in the UK, and they're going through a wealth of problems. I can only do my best to follow, but comment here's, threatening behavior has never been legal in the UK, but they're threatening to take away our ability to express ourselves. Nobody needs to stick around. If being bullied, just scroll on. And what's up, Quiet Leader? Welcome, oi to you. So, okay. Good to hear anything from the UK, because I have irrational fears about what's going on there. It's kind of become a meme of concern here in the US when we have our own laughable problems too.
Yeah, let's keep going.
Called Gamergate. Most say Gamergate began on August 16, 2014, when Aaron Joni posted several blog posts about his ex-partner Zoe Quinn. Quinn is a game developer and activist who created a text-based game called Depression Quest. The game, based on Quinn's own experience with mental health issues, received positive reception from many gaming news outlets. Others in the largely male gaming community were not as enthused. They thought the technological interface of the game, as well as the story writing, were not advanced enough to warrant such critical praise. Aaron's blog post chronicled their relationship, which began on an online dating site and ended when he discovered that Quinn had cheated on him with Quinn's married boss. Screenshots of social media exchanges show Quinn did not know the boss was married when the relationship started, and that Quinn did not want the relationship to go public for fear of how it could be misconstrued. Aaron goes on to say in the blog that he believes Quinn had cheated on him with numerous other people, some of whom also work in the game industry. The post was seized upon by members of the gaming community as an explanation for why Quinn had achieved success so easily in the industry. Though Aaron never directly said it, for many he was implying that Quinn had exchanged sex for personal favors. Quinn was harassed, threatened, doxxed, and swatted.
So, who the fuck is this
What's up,
lady
Ozzy
now?
Crosby?
Who's this lady now? Like, why is she important?
Okay, Zoe Quinn, she offered to reach out to Candace Owens and give advice because she has been
She
a
went
victim
through it.
of
Gamergate.
Yeah. And all she wanted to do
That was
offer advice.
Gamergate?
Yes.
I don't remember that being Gamergate. Really?
Here's what I know. When Candace found her advice not helpful, and then Candace went on to like leak conversations, I really like, if my opinion, Candace Owens was acting like a piece of shit, but her and her little following would hashtag Gamergate to get that audience to look at this person. They're weaponizing disagreement already, and they went after her. And you're gonna get a fucking belly laugh when you hear the conspiracy they came up with. Again, I'm only connecting the dots here of some of the conspiracies I hear from massive Candace Owens supporters to what happened back in 2016.
Let's keep this going a little bit here.
For sure.
It is past the 4-minute mark, but I feel like we're coming up to some new information.
This is the juiciest part.
Okay.
Yes.
And that Quinn had exchanged sex for personal favors. Quinn was harassed, threatened, doxxed, and swatted. Swatting is the act of creating a host 911 call, typically involving hostages, gunfire, or other acts of extreme violence, with the goal of diverting emergency public safety resources to an unsuspecting person's residence.
But the sadder part for me was going through and seeing all of these institutions that were in name supposed to be the sort of thing that is there to help, completely fumble spectacularly and usually contribute to the problem. I had to deal with too many members of the press just simply reporting on the false accusation that I had, if you actually look at what would have taken this for this to be true, that I had traveled back in time to sleep with a game reviewer that worked for a website I had already written for, so I obviously could not have gotten that connection any other way. Slept with him to get a review of my game that never existed, and the game is also free. And also, why did I set my target for Kotaku and not like the New York Times or something? Whatever. Basically, I'm a time-traveling hoe is more or less what the chief accusation came down to, and is up there with the other accusations about the numerous people that I've supposedly murdered, that I am a treasonous person that should be tried under the Logan Act, which is really funny if you know anything about that, and that I am actually a vampire.
So all this stuff came from Candace Owens. I'm failing to understand the connection here.
Candace Owens' own network of people, the same people that were supporting and funding this Kickstarter project, Social Autopsy 180, were the ones that ended up coming up with this summary conspiracy that she is a time traveling hoe that went through time to have sex with the guy that ran this to promote her game and all the other ridiculous shit. So the main thing I want to point out is Candace seems to have a knack for running with such a wild conspiracy that gets the views and gets massive attention. She's a professional at it. And this context offers that she is still doing just that. I know her heart's in it, but there's just something with the way she reports that makes me just not trust her. And what's up, Patty? It's good to have you. Welcome.
Patty!
I don't trust Candace. Are you a Candace Owens fan, perchance? You personally?
Let's see what comes up. Let's keep playing and
okay.
Jot that down.
Like there are some people that think I am actually a vampire. It's great. Those ones are more fun. But seeing the fact that so many members of the media would just report on this instead of saying like, oh, she was accused of having sex for reviews, and then not following that up and just spreading the misinformation. It's like you could finish the sentence and say that it never happened. The never happened part seems kind of important, but what do I know? I'm just a time-traveling vampire hoe.
In the chaos of Gamergate, Zoe Quinn became a prominent online bullying activist and started an organization called Crash Override Network. Quinn also self-identifies as patient zero of Gamergate, the first victim of the harassment the movement would employ against many others. Candace told her story of how she first met Zoe Quinn in a blog post posted on Degree 180 on April 18th.
How a torpedo Kickstarter campaign unintentionally revealed an unlikely unit of cyber terrorists. That's a wordy title.
Hey, man, you know how
Amen.
creative you got to get for titles.
Oh, yeah.
right?
Oh, boy, do we know.
So they weren't about
That could
compacting
be
it.
that could be a show in and of itself, like just us coming up with the title for the episode.
Bro, that could be a marathon. We could do a 24-hour stream.
That'll be longer than the show.
Yeah, I know. Trust me, the way we've been working with titles for the years already. I'd like to point out, so that I think that's like the juicy 4-minute to 5-minute breakdown. I don't know if it's necessary to go further. The conclusion was the whole thing was shut down, and fast forward a couple of years, we have the Candace that is so successful today.
Was this lady's shut down? Because it sounds like she was starting something similar to what Candace was doing.
Yeah, and I just think that it was on the other side of the spectrum, like politically speaking, and there was a clash there. There was like attempted alliances, and then there was a clash, and at the end of the day, it just got shut down. But
let me give it like another
will
90
introduce another
seconds.
person. Say again?
I said, let me give it another 90 seconds just to see if there's any other juice here, any other meat to squeeze, water to wring out, milk to drink.
All right. Sounds good.
2016. On April 12, 2016, Zoe Quinn sent a direct message on Twitter to the Degree 180 account, requesting a good email address for the head of Social Autopsy. Surprisingly, though she was crowdfunding for an online bullying platform, Candace had never heard of Zoe, Gamergate, or even the term doxing. My idea was big and little at the same time. I wanted to put an end to the era of internet thugging. It is something I've genuinely never understood, how people so recklessly utilize the web to invoke terror upon others. I had examined the correlation between the rising rate of suicides in teenagers over the years and knew that, even if it was never going to be explicitly stated, the age of social media had contributed significantly to its dark rise. I had experienced it myself when I was in high school 10 years earlier. All we had then was Facebook, but the writing was on the wall even then. I was involved in an incident that was labeled a hate crime and exposed as a victim to just how awful the cyber world could be for both the victims and the accused. In an email, Zoe explained past expertise in the anti-bullying activism space and her opposition to social autopsy. She requested a phone call to speak further, and Candace reluctantly agreed.
Oh, so it almost sounds like she was against this idea because it was a doxing thing?
She was just offering honest concerns. And yeah, like you're 100% on point here. She was voicing concern, and
just like the other lady did before she deleted her tweet.
Right. So here's the pattern. There's about 3 people that had some level of success on the internet, which is a very challenging place to have success, and they end up getting attacked and mobbed, bullied, all of the things that Candace was being a proponent of, like trying to end. And I love the hypocrisy.
Right.
Base girl. Good to see you, sweetie.
I mean, like another 30 seconds, and then we'll move on.
On the phone, Zoe detailed a series of concerns. First, Zoe was concerned that the platform could be used to dox minors. In the week since Candace published the creation of Social Autopsy in the Connecticut Press and requested input from several anti-bullying organizations, Candace had never heard this term. Still, Candace explained that phone numbers and addresses would not be included in the database. Only information publicly available on someone's social media profile would be included. She also told Zoe that there were no...
So is there a chance that then that public information would be there because they themselves use and like they put their number on their social media, they put their address on social media? Well, if they did it, then we can do it.
Precisely. You see exactly what I see. It's
the same concerns that kind of we had, and it seems like other people had those same exact concerns. So I think we get the gist here. And then you're saying it pretty much ends up that it obviously never came to.
She had to jump ship, and I mean, essentially, I don't want to like wholesale say she's nothing but a grifter. I don't believe that. I believe she does have pure good intentions there, but I can't critique her as an equal at all based on her platform.
Right.
I just wish her. I want to say I'm concerned with some of the rhetoric that she ends up entertaining on a platform where she gets 200,000 people sitting there in the chat throwing $200 bombs and saying all kinds of reckless shit, and just saying as a receipt, I have a source that I'm not going to name, and here's some leaks, and only showing outgoing text messages and no replies. All I ever ask of anybody is to please look up everything that you're starting to believe. and don't look at just the messenger itself and then glaze them.
Yeah. All right. I think you gave us a nice, easy segue into our Jesse on Fire stuff, because he is just taking everything like, Candace is amazing. I love her. Everything she says is the truth. Like he's all about it. And we've had 2 videos sitting on the prep for some time that we never really gotten to, and they're relatively recent. This one is let's see how new this one is.
Hack Rat, appreciate the feedback. Anybody that's a fan that might be watching, remember, engagement is encouraged here. He quit watching her, and you are far from alone. There's a lot of people that I talk to that love her to pieces, and there's some that are starting to finally just say she's getting reckless. But yes, Jesse on Fire, I believe, is almost even worse, because he doesn't do any of the work that Candace Owens purportedly does. He just utilizes her and pretends it's his own.
He's so pumped. Right? Yeah, remember, if you like her content, be sure to give me a sub. So wait, what?
Right.
No, you should say watch her video.
Here, I got you. Yep. Anybody that likes this guy Tim Pool here, let me rep Tim Pool for you.
Yep. I got the beanie. There you go. You're like Tim Pool the Punisher. You're like
all right.
the anarchist Pool.
The Punisher, a la Tim Pool Junior, Senior. So yeah, if you like Tim Pool, I don't care if you're even just watching the content, you have to hit the like button and subscribe immediately. I wish I could do an impression of Tim Pool. I just think he's kind of bland, but entertaining. So yeah, if you like everything he's ever done, or hell, if you don't like him, subscribe to our channel to somehow support him.
Here's a good Tim Pool quirk he does, is like he really, like at the end of a sentence, if it ends in a T, he really goes, and that's it. He makes sure, he really emphasizes, like, and that's all she wrote. Like he really hits that fucking hard, and that's it. It's like, damn, dude, you don't got to do that. Yeah, that's it. That's it. You don't got to say it.
He's good at putting the the little period or exclamation verbally. I appreciate.
Let's do subception here. Ready? Let's do subception. If you like Jesse responding to Tim Pool while we are responding to Jesse responding to Tim Pool, give us a sub. Don't give them a sub, because this is us. It's not them. Right?
Yeah, matter of fact, you have to unsubscribe to all of them to subscribe to us.
Please do. All right, here we go.
Thank you.
Now we got a bunch of stuff to get into.
Oh, you know what? Let me play this guy on like 1.25 just in case.
Oh yeah, with Jesse, shit, man. If there was a 2.5, I'd say do that.
You know why he's on fire, right? Chlamydia.
Oh yeah, I was gonna go with the humorous angle, but you heard it here first. Yeah. Breaking stuck in the middle. Jesse on Fire allegedly has.
So we got to be careful, because we'll catch it too. Like if he sees us, that's why I got to put it on 1.25, because he'll just, then we'll be on fire. You know what I mean? We don't want that.
Oh, dude, I just cleared mine up as a result. So.
Thank God. All right, let's try this.
In this video, but I wanted to start with a quote from Tim Pool right now, right here. He's doing it on a video that theories have emerged that the trans boyfriend was a real shooter behind the Charlie.
Look how much his mic shakes.
He's talking about the current level of like conspiracy theory, hypothesis, and all that stuff. And he makes such a good point here that I have tried my best to be exactly not what he's talking about and being what he is trying to promote.
They killed Charlie Kirk, dude.
Okay.
And it's weird to me that these conspiracy theories are.
Hang on. What the fuck did he just say? What was that? Was that anything that made any lick of sense? I'm not trying to be. What the fuck did he just say? What was that?
Level of like conspiracy theory, hypothesis, and all that stuff. And he makes such a good point here that I have tried my best to be exactly not what he's talking about and being.
I tried my best to be exactly what he's not talking about.
What he is trying to promote.
They killed Charlie.
But what he's trying to promote. And you know what he did there? He edited it, like he had longer to say, and he just cut it off because like, I'm not going anywhere with this. Let's just get, you know what I mean? Like that was a chop. That was a rough cut if I ever seen one. And he cut himself off.
He is, there's a bunch of rough cuts. If you bother to watch all of it, he's fluff. He doesn't add anything of substance. He just adds his little fluff and plays the content and says, support me.
Listen, let's easy with the words there, all right? Because maybe it was not too far off with what we're doing right now. So just be careful.
Hey,
stones in glass houses or something like that,
it's not lost on me, but look, I have the false confidence that we do add a little something, at least our genuine takes. I think he knows the echo chambers he's reaching and absolutely panders to them.
Okay, I see. It's a little more. There's a little more intent there.
Yes, 100.
here that I have tried my best to be exactly not what he's talking about and being what he is trying to promote.
They killed Charlie Kirk, dude. And it's weird to me that these conspiracy theories are, you know, is it for views? I don't know, but effectively absolving violent far leftists that have been threatening Charlie Kirk's life for a long time and who are the primary suspects in this.
A lot of these.
That is exactly correct. And that is why in every single video, if you listen to what I'm saying, because I have no idea.
Dude, he is not saying anything.
Thank you.
What? Okay. Do your best one more time to listen what Tim Pool says. It's like, so wait, so you're saying that it was the left? I don't understand why you have to play Tim Pool. Just what Tim Pool said wasn't really earth-shattering or groundbreaking there. It just sounds.
Hell no, it wasn't.
These conspiracy theories are
being what he is trying to promote.
They killed Charlie Kirk, dude. And it's weird to me that these conspiracy theories are, you know, is it for views? I don't know, but it's effectively absolving violent far leftists that have been threatening Charlie Kirk's life for a long time and who are the primary suspects in this.
A lot of these.
That is exactly correct. And that is why.
Oh my God.
Every single video, if you listen to what I'm saying, because I have no idea who did this. I literally have no idea. I've never said anything other than that I have no idea.
You were like, this is it. Remember the video we played like 2 ones ago? And he was like, it's definitely this. This is groundbreaking. It's definitely this. It's like, what are you doing? This guy he talks in circles. He contradicts everything he says on the next episode. I am never certain. Next episode, I'm always fucking certain. What?
That's why, Josh, because of all those circles, just like if you do too many donuts or burnout, that's why he's on fire.
Yeah,
aside from the chlamydia, allegedly.
This Jesse's on fire. Ooh, you definitely didn't come here for us singing.
Because I have no idea who did this. I literally have no idea. I've never said anything other than that I have no idea.
You did. You literally said, like, it's definitely the guy with the palm gun. It's definitely the remote detonator guy. You know, it's definitely, you said a lot of definites, bro. Don't pretend like you did.
He was an absolutionist, which we take issue with the absolutionists because they seem so irrational to attempt to have a conversation with. And he played that. He wore that costume and said it was his own for the first couple of episodes. And now he's saying, I never said. Oh,
and that's the same fucking thing. I think we both said it. I know I said it like a week or two ago. You're like the conspiracies right now are taken away from what actually, you know, hopefully is the narrative. I don't, hopefully is a weird word to say, but
no, I understand what you're saying. And this is that's an area where I'm working on the control, the self-containment, because I almost have an emotional reaction to how fringe the conspiracies get. No reply. What's up, man? I've checked out your channel and I love the content.
First couple videos that I did, the first time that I even entertained that it could be anyone other than the far leftist was the one that I did about the remote bomb.
Bro,
and
he's so like, and I could, like the one that I said it could, like he's being so like acting as if he was always on the line, always on the fence. I don't know. I said, I'm just asking questions. I don't know. I said, I had no idea. I said it could. It's like, no, bro, do you watch your own stuff? Because you were like, this is it. This is a game changer, folks. The cat's out of the bag.
And that's his whole shtick.
Yeah.
I'm hoping there's some self-awareness there, hence the name Jesse on Fire, because he talks like he's literally on fire every time. Like, look, the groundbreaking, and I'm so certain right now, and this is 100% what it is. 2 episodes later, I'm lukewarm right now. Matter of fact, it's getting chilly in here.
Jesse on lukewarm.
Yeah, damn it, that's brilliant, actually.
Well, you kind of led me there. You know, you said lukewarm. I was like, Jesse on Fire, Jesse on lukewarm. Bada bada bing, bada boom. Let's keep playing.
Going with quick engagement. Jesse on Fire is just a copycat every day with something new. I agree. We agree. No reply. Hot mess to mom. No. How do I unsubscribe? I'm gonna let you figure that out. But God bless you. Even so.
When I say hot mess to mom.
Yeah, that's the name.
How do I unsubscribe?
Oh, hot mess to hot mom.
Gotcha. Just the same button that you hit subscribe. You just go click that joker again, and boom, you're out of here. No problem. Yep. Unless she meant to Jesse on Fire, then our bad.
Yeah.
Hot mess,
Either way,
hot mom.
The umpire in the sky is accepting and says, yeah, but welcome.
Yeah, but welcome back. Get out of here.
In that theory, even in my theory, I said if they did this, for sure there was still foreknowledge, a massive amount of these radical leftists who were at the event, and they used the fact that these were murderous psychos anyway, including, you know, they set up the patsy, whatever it is. Like, I want to be crystal clear about this. There is no world where the radical leftists are not involved in this. Okay, like that is not a thing. The only thing that I have said for certain as I've been covering this case is that they are involved for sure. For sure.
No,
they got used.
Now this is where we fall a little short, because right now is when I should play his things where he was certain. Like, oh, it's funny you say that because boom, clip A of you being so fucking certain. But you know what I mean? Like that would have been, had we done a little pre-pro here, as the professionals say, a little pre-production, I would have tried to grab some of those clips from his last ones to kind of contradict what he's saying right here. But alas,
totally
here
understood.
we are.
However, I trust in the intelligence of the audience. When we say plainly, this dude was 100% just aligning with everything Candace Owens says because she's Candace Owens, because of her popularity, and was going further than insinuating that there is essentially a Mossad agent involved, the Israeli connection, which is very popular to say, and that there is a palm firearm.
Right. All right, let's keep
and
going.
now he's tiptoeing backwards.
Let's keep going a little more with this one. I think this is his more recent one. The next video we have is a little older.
By a foreign government is irrelevant to me, honestly. Like as it relates to what needs to happen in this country to deal with the radical far left, violent, crazy person problem. Okay? And as another example, yesterday when I dropped the Candace video, I had at least 3 people shoot me messages and they're like, dude, don't go down Candace Owens conspiracy theory rabbit hole. And I'm like, I'm not. Why?
What? He just said, I'm not. No,
okay, zero self-awareness.
Yeah, you are. You did. You already did it. You already did it.
You remember a little flashback again.
Yeah.
Remember when 1 hour, I think, after something happened, he was like, "My life is in danger because I'm sharing." What Candace? That was such a. Like there's no words necessary. That's such a play.
Something bad might happen if I don't get this information out. The information that Candace had already gotten out, but I'm just reacting to it. And if my reaction does not get out there, something bad might happen.
Here, welcome Derek Ross. Yes, I'm gonna do it, chat. New people get some love here for sure. And those of you that are with us, we get the most love. Jesse on Fire began as an MMA channel, which I heard about. Hence the bonfire appealing to that crowd. This year he pivoted to politics and popular culture and has become a right-wing echo chamber amplifier.
Damn.
For the context.
Yeah, that's good to know.
Why would
kind of makes sense now.
And they're like, it sounded like you were signing off on her theory, or that that Tyler Robinson wasn't the shooter. I'm like, that's not what I said at all. If I'm going to say that, I will say it. What I said was that I respected Candace because if someone brought that information to me, I would not put it out in case it's true. Okay, I would be too afraid. Like, I'd be too afraid for my family. I'd be like, no fucking way, I'm not putting that shit out. Now, to be fair, after getting those messages, I realized there was a whole talk track that I completely forgot to put in that video when I thought about it, and this is exactly what that is, okay? So it sounds like Candace probably has a source that is in or near Tyler Robinson's family, right? And candidly, you cannot trust anything that they say, okay? Not really. Now, they might be telling the truth, 100%, but you have to go in with questions because their kid is sitting on death row potentially, right? Like, he's facing the death penalty. What would you do to protect your kid, even in that situation? Even if they killed a political person, it's your son, dude. It's your son, right? You might turn him in, and then you come home and you start sleeping on that for a week or two.
I think this is a little bit of that, what they call hindsight. Because in the moment, this was not a possibility to him whatsoever. She's fucking in it to win it, you know?
I think, yeah, he had a little bit of that precisely hindsight, and he's doing maybe damage control and walking some of that extremism back, which is such a weird thing to do, knowing that the video is still public and posted.
Yeah. I know, yeah, exactly. You can go back and check them out and literally see contradictions almost on every video.
Extreme juxtaposition.
Yeah.
And it might start eating you alive. It might start eating you alive. You might be looking for a way to get your son out of this jam. And you see the most popular podcaster in the world is a radical conspiracy theorist, and you're like, dude, I'm gonna plant a bug in her head. We got Cash Patel who already gave these.
Now she's a radical conspiracy theorist?
Okay, now I'm even taken aback here. I'm a little confused.
Yeah.
Wow.
This guy's all over the place.
He may have started as a bonfire, but holy crap, did it ever catch on?
No, I think he did an MMA show.
Yeah, apparently, yeah, he was covering MMA. I'm gonna ask, does he have CTE?
Yeah, he must.
This is a behavior of somebody who's just
he's a little punch drunk. I like her. I don't like her. She's lying. She's telling the truth.
When he's not doing one or the other, like that's his face naturally as he walks around.
His resting on fire face.
Yeah. When he's making love to his wife, like that's it right there.
I wonder if he's that indecisive in bed. I'm enjoying this. You suck.
Yeah.
I want to do it in the front, no the back. It's like, make up your mind.
This feels so good. No, it doesn't. This is awful.
It's horrible. I never said it felt good. Not once. You said that a minute ago. No, I didn't. Oh man, what a horrible.
Yeah, I know. It could go on for days. I'm not even straight anymore.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. No, yes, I am.
Yeah, keep going. No, get somebody named Roger here immediately. Okay.
I think his take, like how he rolls, is like, no. Don't worry about what I said. Like anything I'm saying now is what matters. What I said before, maybe that's the past. All right.
Yeah.
You know, that really doesn't mean nothing. What matters most is what I'm saying now. It's like, no, you can't really do that. But hence Candace's Owens social autopsy thing. Remember that, Jesse? You know, because she was trying to use people what they said, and she can kind of freeze frame it forever and kind of hold that over their head. You know, so what you said in the past kind of does matter a little bit, right?
I mean, I almost envy the ignorance being displayed here because it is blissful.
Yeah.
Imagine forgetting everything that you did in the past.
He looks like he
every day's
really
new
has a
day.
good life, like just being that ignorant and blissful, like like he's probably got no worries, you know.
Yeah, seriously. What is it? 41st Dates, the Adam Sandler Drew Barrymore. Like,
yeah.
God. Oh man, this guy is living the dream.
Hi.
And I don't.
Hi, I'm Jesse. Hi, I'm
Sorry?
Jesse.
Oh, yeah.
Hi, I'm Jesse. 10-second Jesse.
Well, I mean, this is why he's got such a polarizing audience, and clearly they don't go back in the archives very often.
No, they too
I think
stay in the present.
Yes, yeah. So he capitalized the market of like people that just don't remember context, and I applaud that.
Yeah.
And no reply says that Jesse 100% talks to Candace Owens on Signal app. No, I have no doubts that they communicate. I have no doubts.
Yeah.
These alternate, possibilities. Like let's get our son off, and we'll deal with this as a family afterwards. Okay. Now, do I know that that's the case? No, not at all. But I still respect the hell out of Candace for putting it out because she for sure believes it. That's all that matters to me, dude. I don't care if people are right or wrong. All I care about is.
You don't care if people are right or wrong?
I got a comment that'll elicit some response here, and I'm interested to see where it goes. So Simon says, so we are trying to stop violent words, but laugh when actual violence takes place. I hope Candace finds out the truth. We all
I'm confused
want
by
the
that.
Truth. Yeah,
Who laughed when actual violence took place?
Yeah, nobody on this side. We've been very critical.
I don't think is that to us or is that to
that
like
one
what
I'm
happened?
uncertain.
Okay, yeah, I think the whole point is to not condone or laugh at any type of political violence. So I'm not sure about that. Maybe we're just reading that comment wrong.
Yeah, it's not lost on me. Tone is forever lost when we read words. We will, as we do every time we go live, have a phone number up if you'd like to elaborate. You are more than welcome to do so, even if you want to tell us what a piece of shit we are. TGE. Oh, the left. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Well, yeah, we're all on the same page here.
We got to remember to put that phone number up sooner than later.
Okay.
I mean, we could keep it up all right now if you want to, or like after the first Jesse on Fire video, we can throw it up.
Yeah, let's put a bow on whichever, and then we'll throw that sucker up.
That's all that matters to me, dude. I don't care if people are right or wrong. All I care about is that they believe what they're saying, and she always believes what she's saying. No one is going to convince me that she doesn't believe what she's saying when she puts it out.
That's such a weird take to hold. It's a weird thing. Like, all I care about is people is they believe what they're saying, and I know and I believe that she believes what she's saying, and nobody can convince me that I don't believe that she believes what she's saying. Like, what are you even like this? If this is a straw man, no one's saying this. He just built a straw man to argue with this fucking the scarecrow over here. Like, dude, what the fuck are you talking about?
And it was exhausting to go through that process with him. By God, but that is ridiculous.
Whoa. Yeah,
you can't convince me that she isn't convinced of what she's saying.
You can't convince me that she doesn't believe what she's saying. I believe that she believes what she's saying. You can't convince me that I don't believe that I believe that she believes what she's believing. Do you believe in a thing called love? I believe.
I think he's telling on himself a little bit and has a little seed of doubt, perchance, by even saying that out loud. Shamrock, welcome to the chat.
We got to go back over that whole spiel real quick.
About is that they believe what they're saying, and she always believes what she's saying. No one is going to convince me that she doesn't believe what she's saying when she puts it out. Okay? But as far as I'm concerned, no one's going to convince me radical far leftists were not involved in this even if there is a bigger thing that's going on above it, and I needed to say that in the front side of this video. Oh, and if you enjoy the work that I do when I gut Destiny publicly, you're going to want to watch for a video that's going to drop either today or tomorrow, titled, I don't know, Leftist Attack Ericka Kirk, or Destiny Does Whatever, so keep a lookout for that. Now, if it was
Destiny Does Whatever? Like, he's taking our shtick. Like, we wanted to do a show about thinking of titles. And, like, here he is, but, like, it's going to be titled this or it's going to be titled that. Like, bro, that's ours. We said that before you. Okay, you can't do that.
It's that freshness you have when you forget everything in the past.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's how convenient, huh?
Yeah, I'm telling you, and very astute with Patty. Like, I'm glad what we're trying to express is getting picked up here. The Jesse dude is a mess. I think he's trying to be neutral, and he's just not great at it. What's up, Martin's daddy? Welcome.
Very important. If you have not watched the clip that I include in this video that starts with this right here, as weird as this looks, what is this going to have to do with the Charlie Kirk case? You have not seen the most important part of this video, so definitely stick around.
So now this one. So remember he said like how he's never certain. I think this was a few episodes prior. If you can see, Richard, it says exclusive footage. Charlie Kirk assassination exposed as an inside job and blood sacrifice. That's his title. But I'm not sure. I'm not saying I'm sure, bro. I'm not saying I'm sure. I'm just saying it was exposed as this. Could have been, could have not been. I don't know. You're not gonna convince me that I don't believe in me, okay? And you're not gonna convince me that I don't believe, that Candace doesn't believe, that she doesn't believe this happened.
It makes perfect sense.
Yeah. Yeah, what the fuck?
Stuck in the Middle, Inc. here, Stuck Studios. We're going to adopt Jesse's method here. We're going to forget every prior
Richard
episode.
Jinx.
And we're just going to get as hyperbolic or somebody criticizes the way I say hyperbolic as possible, and act like everything we have is earth-shattering, breaking, and completely disavow anything said in the past that could hurt us in the present.
So you get hyperbolic right, all right? But when you say
hyperbole, that's what it was.
Yes, like you love a good hyperbole, and that sounds like to me like a cereal bowl that has ADD. I got a hyperbole on my hands, you know, but it's hyperbole.
I was thinking more of like a weed pipe or something, but sure, we could go with cereal.
Just remember this: do you believe in hyperbole? That's how it is.
Oh, that's good. I'm going to use that. Okay,
there you go. That's
I've never said hyperbole wrong. By the way, I'm living in the present.
Wait. Whoa, that's how that works? Because I could have sworn you did, but you're telling me now that you never have, and no, I gotta believe you.
I am on fire right now with a sense of complete neutrality that I've always said hyperbole.
Damn, dude, I just saw it happen in real time. Wow, I didn't know. Yeah, okay. Noted. I'm gonna write this down, put that in my pocket. Now I know how to get out of things. Yeah, that's awesome.
It's liberating. We got to have a pride for it or something.
Yeah.
I prayed.
Oh shit. Okay. I've always been straight.
There you go.
Is that how that works?
What the fuck just happened?
Wait.
I think I had a stroke just now.
You said something about the pride parade.
Yeah, I was like, I had a pride. Oh, we should have a parade. There you go. All right, you're all invited.
You're all invited. All right, let's keep going on his exclusive footage of the Charlie Kirk assassination exposed as an inside job and blood sacrifice.
So you see this. It should be, let me see. It's like, it's about 11 and a half minutes. Actually, no, 12 minutes. It'll be about 12 minutes into the video. All right, I got a big video for you guys. And I am fighting through the stomach flu right now. I literally spent the entire day throwing up, but I'm like, okay, I got to get a video up so they get one in the morning, as they have come accustomed to getting, but not to
like, you don't, dude. You can get through the flu. You can breathe. Just don't shit your pants on air. I'm telling you, there's no pressure here, man. You don't gotta. No, I gotta get on for the people. They need my on fire content.
What a leader, taking one for the team for all of us, making himself a martyr with the flu of all things.
Yeah,
I gotta get to the people and hit the monetization button before I hit the post button and the Thank you, Jesse.
A true soldier, a true hero in these times.
On fire.
Jesse.
Absolutely.
On fire. We appreciate you and your service, sir.
Thank you, Jesse.
Thank you, Jesse. Let's keep going.
Mentioned this is a huge story. So we've got a bomb that was put on the Utah State campus, which the bomb squad had to come and actually detonate. Okay, like it was a real bomb, and this is at.
It wasn't a real bomb, I don't think, but they still detonated it. So like he's again lying. It was a real bomb. I never say things. Definitely, it's a real bomb.
An absolutionist can't forget what they say. It just doesn't work. You can't take anything he says seriously.
No, you can't.
It was nearby the Turning Point USA event. So the package was detonated out of an abundance of caution. A university spokesperson said,
if it was a real bomb, that would have been the tagline. But it wasn't, Jesse. So it was, the package was detonated out of an abundance. I can't even talk. It was done out of caution. Okay. Jesse can come back and make fun of me on that little mess up there. It's fine. You know, we'll
abundant caution. It's okay.
Out of an abundance. It's of an abundance, not of a abundance. That was messing me up in real time there. Is it A or an? Yeah.
When you misspeak, I can never understand, even if you were corrected or whatever. Dude, I speak Josh. Don't even sweat it.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I don't really know exactly what that means. I think it means that there's a bomb in there. But we also are going to look at some other stuff. Okay, so this video right here.
Hang on.
Okay,
I got to hear that one more time. You know what I mean?
But we also are going to look at some other stuff. Okay, so
my bad.
This.
What are you shooting for?
There's a real bomb, and this was at. It was nearby the Turning Point USA event. So the package was detonated out of an abundance of caution. A university spokesperson said, I don't really know exactly what that means. I think it means that there's a bomb in there.
You hear what he just said? He read the tagline and he said, I don't know exactly what that means, but I think there was a bomb in there.
I'm doubling down on this ETE claim here. Okay.
Yeah. Maybe we're punching down. You know what I mean? Like, cause he's been so punched, he's down, and now we're punching down because he actually has some type of disability from all the shots to the face he took.
Matter of fact, we're punching down so hard, I feel a lawsuit coming in.
Uh-oh. Stuck on fire, careful.
We're gonna win, and we're gonna take the on fire part. Stuck in the middle on fire.
That's ours.
But we also are gonna look at some other stuff. Okay, so this video right here. Okay, someone said this to me last night, and it shows the faces of the guys who were ruffling through Charlie's stuff immediately after the shooting, and it is very, very bizarre. Like, you're gonna have to see that for yourselves.
All right.
This one, I saw some very interesting stuff related to 30-06 ballistics and ballistic gel.
Let's go. I want to see the people ruffling through stuff.
Finish on, which is
Let's see.
You remember, right?
So
the guy that ran on top of the chair, grabbed the SIM card.
Yeah.
He honed in on that as content to claim, and they were people that were close to him. And we're talking about the guy that we covered. His response, like, why did you do that? And his response was, so evil people couldn't get to it.
Yeah. Yep. I'm trying to find, like, he plays that whole video. I think it's at the end here.
Do you think that these guys just like talk and then it's just like, okay, that's a wrap. They just answer a question once. That is absolutely not how it goes. Okay. They say things like, well, why don't you rephrase it a little bit and maybe you say blah, blah, blah. Like, that line was fed to them. I watched the bullet hit his neck.
That was fed to them?
I don't know.
He's saying that line of that Hunter kid who went on 60 Minutes, like him saying he was the guy who asked the last question. And Jesse on fire right now he's saying when he said that, the producers made him say that or made him word it that way.
Like it was a signal, or this is fucking okay. Yeah.
Yeah, like he's part of it, or because they want the official narrative to be this. So if this kid sees the bullet coming from the front, it's more for the official narrative. So he doesn't like that because he thinks it's playing against his conspiracies that he agrees or doesn't agree with on a whim.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Whichever way the wind's blowing. Careful, Jesse. If the wind blows too hard and you go either way, your fire might go out.
You beat me to it.
Yes.
I was going to finish it for you, but you got it.
It's all right.
100.
I mean, it could be just total coincidence, or it could be that, I don't know, people really are trying to push a narrative. I don't know. I honestly don't know. For the 1,000th time, I don't feel confident in any direction about.
Have an opinion, damn it. Give us an opinion, sir. Something. Stop saying you don't know. I don't know. It could be. It couldn't be. What is this? What are we watching? Give us something we could disagree with or agree with you. We have to both agree and disagree simultaneously because you are saying you simultaneously know and don't know. So it's like we have nothing to we can't really dig in with you because you're so ambiguous on which way you lean. Can you have just one real opinion? I guess, maybe he's, because we do have videos when he has a real opinion, but it's only as of late that I've seen him be so flippant. So like, I don't know, I do know, I don't know, I've never seen him be so up and down before. It's only like these past few videos he's like trying to cover his ass a little bit by saying, I don't know.
I think he's either done a lot of like personal reflection, or people have reached out to him to really caution him about the way he can get so absolutionist with all of his takes. Because I can hear it, I can see it. He's very flimsy. He's literally riding the fence so hard that it's up his ass.
Yeah. Woo. All right, let's keep going. I think it gets a little. This is where he starts to get into those dudes.
Not this case at all. I don't
Ew,
feel confident
dude.
Yeah, what? This is where he starts talking about those guys.
Okay, thanks for clarifying, because YouTube is very strict on their policy here.
Yeah.
Tyler Robinson did it for sure, but I also am not super confident that he didn't do it. You know what I mean?
Another grade A opinion. Tyler Robinson did it for sure, but I'm also not for sure he did it. Riveting, Jesse. Riveting.
I don't even. Okay, like I can't be a Jesse on fire. I believe he did it, but I'm also uncertain. I can have my mind changed. Given enough evidence.
Right. That's cool. And you could also say something like this, like, yeah, I go back and forth with a few different things, but I tend to, official narrative, conspiracy, it's like a 51-49. Like, I'll tend to lean to that, but I'm still open to new possibilities. But right now, based off of what's out there, conspiracy-wise and official narrative, this is my Jesse's opinion. He can't do that. He's like, I don't know. I do know. I could know. I may know. I don't know. I just don't know. But here's what I think, but I don't know.
So, yeah, I couldn't support something like that and like be a diehard fan of somebody that is that flimsy.
It's exhausting.
Precisely. I don't want to guess who somebody that I'm subscribed to and I guess look up to or hardcore support and fund and pay or donate to being like that. Fuck that.
Right.
Have the conviction.
Exactly. Just get a little, just stick with something, bro.
And I'm not super, I would say most likely he was probably shot, but I'm certainly not
he was
fully against the detonation theory, as you're going to see right here. Okay, so this guy, now again, when I first watched it, I thought this one was a little bit far-fetched. However, as you watch it, it's like, dude, it's not like, it's like if this was me, okay, I personally would not put this out.
He loves saying that. Like, I'm not just because I'm talking about it doesn't mean I believe it. Like, for instance, if I had this information, I wouldn't put it out. What does that mean, man? It doesn't mean anything.
He just sounds like, listen, Jesse, I'm sorry. You sound like a pussy, dude.
Yeah.
You sound like a pussy.
Grow a sack.
Dear God.
Drop. Maybe it just hasn't dropped yet.
Like, I would not take it.
Right?
He looks of the age that the sack maybe is still
it's gonna get there. I tell you, just give me a little more. I don't know. Maybe it's gonna get there. And then soon he's gonna, once it does drop, he's gonna be like, I'm damn sure that it was the official narrative.
And that's when I'll do the standing ovation. 100%. They dropped. Yeah. He's got a full-on opinion.
He's got nuts. He's got the nuts.
Yes.
Yeah. And
my God, now he's got the conviction that we need to seek and have for ourselves.
I can tell you in my entire life, I don't think I've ever screamed with so much adulation the words, he's got nuts, But I just did right now. I was so happy for him.
Yeah, no, you forgot the time at the party?
No, no. See, you're misquoting me. I said she's got nuts. I ran out screaming because she had nuts.
Oh yeah, I forgot what year we were in.
Yeah,
My bad.
Yep.
2025. Yeah, she does have nuts all the time.
Yeah.
And you guys are like, you're putting it out now. No, I'm not. Okay, I feel like I have this conversation every single day, at least once in the comments, where like, I'm not saying that I think that this is accurate. I'm saying this is something that was sent to me multiple times by multiple people, and I'm going to put it out there so you guys can see it as well, because if that many people think it's interesting, I'm sure you guys are going to want to take a look for it for yourself. But more than anything, like,
I'm thinking a little bit of a painkiller consumption might be going on here. I don't know. Just me spitballing.
Yep, nope, totally worthy of a speculation as someone that, was hooked for 10 years. I recognize it.
Right. That's what you guys think. If you think of this as this is a credible if this is a credible theory. So let's rock and roll.
Fuck yeah.
Awesome. Let's go. Keep going. Yeah.
As the trigger man is seen activating a remote detonator perfectly synchronized with the explosion.
Counting game violence.
Literally at the exact same time as the gunshot noise. So this pretty much convinced me that this theory is quite compelling and needs to be seriously investigated.
Counting gang violence. Mormons have more kids than they can afford.
Here you have the shooter signaling to someone else saying, 5 minutes until the shot. And
how the fuck did you get that assumption from a guy putting his hand up?
Dude,
here's a guy signaling 5 minutes from the shot.
I'm exhausted with all of those and all the people that have been accused of this because they had a fucking itch somewhere. But did you see the big ass bold text flashing on top when he played the video? Whoever the original source is, I am not personally invested in unaliving myself.
Like, yeah, gotcha, bro. Because you're repeating some information that's already out there, you're gonna get unalived. Gotcha.
Yeah, it's only being widely expressed and considered on a universal, multiversal level. But you know, I need to preface how in danger I am for thinking out loud.
Oh, Saxy toxin.
Oh, not Saxy toxin. It had. That's a throwback. You gotta watch every episode of Stuck.
Nice callback there.
Oh, absolutely. There's talk, like, even still proving our point. We appreciate the conversation being had here about the wire. Some Trev is talking about. It looked like Charlie Kirk had some sort of a plate on his shoulder. I am of the conviction, I'm not a Jesse on Fire, that's been completely debunked. And there's speculation about the wire to the earpiece, that it looked thicker than it should have.
It was his necklace.
Yeah, and that's no reply did say just that. What's up, Butcher? Welcome, brother.
Let's keep at it.
Mormons have more kids than they can afford.
here you have the shooter signaling to someone else saying, 5 minutes until the shot. And look carefully who is watching the signal. Watch again.
Bro, it's so stupid. The guy's got sunglasses on. You don't know where he's looking. So I don't know if you get the gist of the video, Eli, but there's a guy raising his hand, which is illustrated by the arrow pointing down, right? And then the arrow pointing to the right, screen right, it's saying that that guy is looking at the guy with his hands, right? The guy, he's got sunglasses on, right? So he could be, my glasses could be looking this way, but my eyes are doing this, and I'm scanning the room. Why is that not?
Yeah, like, there's no way you can say with any confidence definitively that I know where those eyes are going under the fucking sunglasses. So this is just huge. It's either mindfully disingenuous,
yes,
or
or somebody
believes to be aware
it.
of this.
Yeah, I bet you a lot of people on the left believe this conspiracy theory because they don't want it to be themselves. So like, no, this is it. That maybe they're putting out this disinformation to kind of muddy the waters, to kind of take the distraction off themselves.
I'll even admit some of the people that I refuse to stop engaging with. You're not far off. They keep on seemingly all of a sudden, after years of shitting on anybody that thought outside of the box when COVID was occurring. Speaking of, this channel got a strike just for Josh saying I have COVID. Literally. Just saying that.
All I said was I had it.
Yeah, right. So that was the pushback that we all experienced during that. But all of a sudden, now they're 100% on board with conspiracies and sharing shit like this. So it's something to behold.
Yeah. Let's keep it rolling.
And I think it's time for Mormons.
Here the man in the blue shirt turns on his video glasses. I only know this because I have the same glasses.
What the fuck did the AI guy just said?
He knows that these are video glasses because he owns them too.
Because I have the same glasses. Mm-hmm. Oh my God, hang on. I gotta hear that again.
Sunglasses don't vary. They all look so independent.
Yeah, especially from afar too. You're definitely not missing what brand that is. You definitely know exactly what it is just because of how close you are.
Man in the blue shirt turns on his...
some grainy footage so I can look at them from a distance and I know what I'm looking at.
Video glasses. I only know this because I have the same glasses.
It'd been funny if Jesse was like, dude, I got those glasses too, bro. Maybe I don't. I'm not saying I do. I'm saying I could have those glasses. I don't know. I'm saying I don't know. I have them right here, but they may not be the same glasses. You understand? I don't know.
I'd go one further. He'd wear one lens.
Right.
He'd be like, I kind of own these glasses. You can't say I technically own them.
I don't use them. I don't use them, but they're here, but they're not. I don't know.
It's just my right eye benefits sometimes. I'm not saying that definitively, while my left doesn't own them at all.
Sometimes I'll flip them upside down. Sometimes the left, I'll turn them upside down and then I'm blocking the left eye, but I don't know.
Yeah. I live on the wild side. I'll flip them upside. Oh, yeah, okay. We get you, Jesse. We see you, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, and people do. They're still going on about to Trev. People still are talking about Charlie Kirk faking his own death, and those are disheartening for me to watch, but kind of funny.
I feel like those people who say that have not seen the up close footage. I stand firmly with that.
That has to be. No. I actually there's one that we both know mutually. It was being entertained that there was a fucking portal, bro. No, come down. And the shade, from the fucking tent was hitting the floor, and that was a portal that they hit him in, and that's why there's no blood, dude.
I want to see that video. It's from behind Charlie Kirk, and like a little fly goes by. They're like, see right there, that's the beginning of the portal. All right, and if you look closely, right when the moment of impact happens, it's not Charlie anymore. It's Charlie 2. Okay,
Charlie 2.0, and the fly was actually the clone that had to fly over here.
Yes,
to become
it
Charlie
installed
2.
the new software in Charlie 2. It took out Charlie 1 and flew away with Charlie 1, and now he's just living a new life somewhere. Thanks to fly.
Okay, you have to put in bold text that you are not thinking of harming yourself.
I don't want to. I'm fine. I'm gonna play a game after. Sassy Thompson.
Oh damn it! You stop with the sassy. Well, they already know. By the way, I have to go inside baseball. Never explain the joke. Just saying, CIA, the last time they reported to us was about a gun that can produce a heart attack, or shoot a bullet from ice, and it melts toxins into you. So that's where we're going.
Yeah. And the toxin is called SAXI, saxy toxin. But that toxin's so saxy, dude.
It is a very saxy.
He's being saxy. Saxy toxin. Yeah, so.
Stop it. No.
Not again.
Hey, Josh.
He's going to OD on Saxy. I'm bringing Saxy back.
It's a worthy cause, brother.
It is.
Bring that shit back.
It is. All right, let's keep going. A minute. Look, I keep getting confused. Like, if you look on his screen, you see that black mouse? That's not my mouse. My mouse is circling the black mouse. I keep getting... Wait, what? Were you gonna?
Why'd you have to...
Were you about to make that racial?
You know where I'm already ready to cancel you. I'm writing the file right now.
Come on, man. I was just pointing out the obvious tones of both different meese.
Yeah, meese, you say. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know where to go with that.
Racist.
I'm gonna be outraged. Yeah, clearly.
All right, it was you who wanted to. You are the one who chose to see color, not me. I was just letting you know which one to look at. You made it to that thing. Yep.
Pwned. You just owned the majority of the left.
You damn right. You damn right.
Later, he signals 4-minute mark.
Up now he's doing 4.
This country.
Here he looks over to see if Tyler Robinson is on the roof in position. Then fixes the detonator.
Here you can see he's looking over the roof to make sure that how do you know he's thinking that?
Bro, this guy's a mind reader, and I love. We're taking this. We can start a countdown at any point reviewing any video now, and just say we know that's being planned out.
Dude, I like how Jesse, he's so honed in on wow, this is
compelling. I'm 100% dug in.
Yeah, I'm waiting to see the eyes start to close a little bit, what a little
little knot,
little knot happening.
Take one out of my page and just fall asleep into a bowl of miso soup.
No, I'm fine. I'm on fire.
See, Files, don't cancel Josh again.
Come on. God.
That guy.
I just got back.
And that's why they're taking full advantage of this, and you were racially profiling. Oh, my goodness gracious.
Good. You should cancel Eli now.
The arrows of the Meese.
Cancel Eli.
Damn it.
Can't get words out.
Again.
On his left shoulder bicep. Look carefully at the bulge on his shoulder.
Around the world.
Look carefully at the bulge in between his pants. No, dude, that's his member, dude. What are you doing? No, I mean his shoulder. Sorry.
Yeah, that's the video that they play immediately after this. Yeah. But oh man, this is when you pick a shirt, you never want to completely readjust it by maybe adding to the collar like this.
I feel like I'm nervous.
Oh, I feel sus right now. I'm just worried about who I might be imploring to harm who by fixing my shirt.
I was trying to do what ladies do when they have like an open shirt and they start to get uncomfortable. Like they kind of close it up a little more and they're like, oh.
Not for you.
Yeah, not for you, Jesse.
How polite you are. I have my team as Mormon. Terrell's a Mormon. Andrew's a Mormon. Mormons are great people. So everything I say, everybody, I'm an evangelical Christian.
The assassin now points his watch outwards and tells everyone to watch the time.
What the fuck?
How is this guy like this? If we watch this video, we would be like, we would have reactions almost immediately. Like, what the fuck, stupid? He's just sitting there dead face like, this is fucking legit, dude. I got sent this video like by like 3 people. So there must be something here. There must be something here.
Like I bet you, being in a successful channel and the broad audience reach he has those 3 people, and that just confirms to him there's got to be something to it. If this is what they're saying to me, I know I have to go in like an absolutionist.
Like it's always the same 3 people who send him like the more wacky conspiracies, but he uses them as a reference point to be like, well, if they're talking about it, it must be a little like there must be some validity to it. It's like, no,
this must echo the sentiments of 80% of the internet.
The many.
At which point he goes almost full Candace Owens there. That's what she does. I have a source. I have sources, and never gives them an identity. Which I understand, protect your sources in journalism, but just the shit some of the shit she says.
A few minutes later, we know what happened.
I really want to hear this guy's take now. Oh, that was from Stu Peters. That was the Stu Peters show.
Oh, Stewie Stu.
Awesome.
Yeah, big Stu.
Stupid. Stu Peters.
How dare you?
Stupid.
All right. So that is that. Now, here is the
all
clip
right, that's
that I
that then.
at the
We moved
beginning
on.
of the video.
What a delivery.
So what I saw here,
nary a word of like any type of exposition on what we just watched. He just ends with, so that was that. So no opinion, no like tell us how you feel about it. We're just moving right on along to the next one. We're just watching videos with Jesse.
I mean, look, again, irony is not lost to me. We're playing clips here, but from now on, we're gonna adopt the Jesse on fire way. All right, there you go. No reason why we're playing. It's just here. That was that. Let's move on to the next.
All right, on to the next one. Here's the guy's ruffling through his bag.
Now I want y'all to read this in case y'all
through
didn't
Charlie
see
Kirk's body, not his bag.
Let's go.
So there's like, is that detonator guy? That's the guy who has the recording glasses. I don't know.
You can see them taking something off of him. You see them scrambling and scraping.
I don't see him scraping.
Something off of him.
You mean the appendages we have no view of?
Right.
Right.
And the big claim about this video too is, why is there no blood? If they're touching Charles, why is there no blood? Maybe they're not touching him. We don't know who they're touching.
Too many movies. They're expecting like, the gore porn splatter. It already happened when he got hit.
Yeah.
I believe this is moving in slow motion here. You see that? Boom.
What an astute narrative.
He gave him
He handed him something. He handed him something. So it wasn't, I thought it was the guy with the plaid, but it's the guy on the ground. It's the guy on the ground that handed it to him. It's the guy on the ground.
Look at his face, man. Look at that guy's face.
He's going to say smiling, right?
Does this look like the face of a security detail where their primary principal just got his head blown off? Or does this look like someone who's been in the middle, they're in the middle of something that they've done, you know what I mean? Like,
what the fuck?
This is just like par for the course.
So he's saying
or
like
they're someone who's no stranger to violence, who's a veteran.
Yeah, but someone could be making like the grimace face, and because you don't have sunglasses on, it could because you have sunglasses on and the eyebrows and the eyes are hidden, it could look like he's smiling, but he's fucking mad. See how much that changes? Like now that you know I'm making the mad face, but like you could be doing like that real quick, and it kind of looks like you're smiling, but then like you're pissed though. You know what I mean? So like it's another assumption made that they're so absolute in.
There's so many fucking assumptions that can be made off of these milliseconds here, off of this frozen moment in time. That's the benefit of having so much footage and clips these days. It's a blessing, and obviously it's a curse. I love the free thinking, but by God, I do enjoy calling some of them out because it just goes so far.
Yeah. There's only like another maybe minute of this video left, and then we can move on from Jesse on Fire. But let's wrap this up. I want to see maybe at the end of this he'll have an opinion. You know those things that some people have when they want to make a statement on something. An opinion.
That's not what Jesse does.
You're right. I'm
Don't you dare.
sorry. I apologize.
You're giving him way too much credit here, Josh. Take it easy. Sir.
Sorry. I'm gonna slow my roll a little bit. That's on me. I'll take that.
Calm as cucumbers, dude.
For the audience.
Like, no concerns about anything at all.
Handed him. No Diddy. Yeah, they smiling and everything. Like this is all staged.
You think if it was staged, they wouldn't be smiling?
Yeah, they'd act maybe a little bit better for this thing that they trained for who knows how long.
Like the director is like, God damn it, Gary, what the fuck did I tell him about smiling? He's smiling again. Gary, we went over this like 3 times. In the situation when you're down there helping out the dead Charlie Kirk, you can't smile. And it's like Gary always has like a blooper reel. He's always like, all right, let me I can't do it. Again. He's down there. He's like, all right, let me help you with I can't. It's too funny. You know, like just a nice blooper reel of the assassination of this guy smiling,
Yeah, and sorry, I did log out a little bit reading some of the comments because I saw like some of the flowers being given. So I'm sorry I wasn't with you entirely.
That's good.
The comments, no, it's not. But okay, that group of guys are doing the worst part of their job, and it's their job to not run and panic.
Yeah.
So when I think of all the fucking emotions that must be or could be going through their minds, the last fucking thing they're thinking about is what does my face look like right now? Just so many ways that your facial features will respond to something heavy happening that you're supposedly trained for, and to just speculate that they're in on it and say that shit with your chest out, that's fucking wild work to me.
Yeah, look at them. Why are they smiling? Yo, listen, ladies and gentlemen, why are they smiling?
Yeah, that's all he's got. Why are they smiling?
And Jesse's got,
Jesse's like, yeah. Do we get an opinion? We just get, yeah.
That is damning, as far as I'm concerned. Like that video is just absolutely damning. But nonetheless, all right, let's look at this. Let's watch some 30-06 ballistics.
We're good. We already watched that. All right,
seen them all.
That video's damning. If I ever seen one for, that one's damning.
Yeah. Super compelling. Very compelling.
Riveting stuff, Jesse. As always, riveting stuff.
I'm hearing that word compelling from everybody now.
Do we want to watch any of the USA Tyler videos of him kind of checking out the school? We can watch one of them. We don't got to watch both, but I don't know if anybody has seen this video, because even it's only got like 6,000 likes compared to some of these videos out there. So I don't know how many people are seeing it, but it's an interesting video nonetheless of this guy, USA Tyler. He goes to UVU to kind of walk around and kind of give us, as Eli said, an on the ground video visualization, if you will, of the campus and kind of how far everything was apart.
I want to thank someone that's come in and voiced their opinion, even if it's not shared by everybody. This is what we're about. Seswan, welcome, and he is saying they are in on it. Okay. And for that, we will have a phone number up. You can help maybe convince us. We've seen the narratives, but we like conversation. And what's up, Beachside Redneck? We're glad to have you.
Here, let me do this now then. Before I forget, I'm going to put the number up now.
All right.
That way,
all are welcome to call. We applaud discourse, as Charlie Kirk has immortalized. Once we stop using words, what's left after that? And this is the I've seen, I think, both videos. And I know people that have also seen it, and it's amazing how quickly they are to disregard it and just pivot right back to whatever opinion conspiracy they have because they just want their confirmation bias, and this is not feeding it.
Let me see. Voice.
There's a whole construction site on the campus now. Yeah, I'm not putting aside like they like concrete over where Charlie was hit.
Yeah, they did. I mean, so here's the thing: just because there is no, why is everyone so sure a crime scene investigation wasn't done? Just because it didn't drag on for that long? Like, why is everyone so sure that they're paving over everything immediately? I think that it didn't get paved over for like a week. It took like a week and it got paved over. It wasn't like the next day or anything. It wasn't like the next night or anything. Like some time had passed through there, and it's at a fucking school. You know, do you think kids want to walk by and see blood? It does seem odd. Listen, I'm not saying it's not odd, but do you think kids want to walk by and see a bloody area of where an assassination just happened? They're kind of, you know, as anyone would do, they're trying to kind of move on. They got to kind of keep life going at this place, and they're kind of taking out a negative area, and they're going to turn it into something else. You know, like memorial or something like that.
Because remember, I did a lot of homework when I was thinking about being in crime scene cleanup, and that's literally their job, is to take away any memory that could trigger an emotional response. But Sess, we're not discounting your thoughts on it, right?
Not
and
at all.
Also, I'm not putting any of us in a corner, or maybe I am, because we will have a discussion about everything. We're not going to shy away from it. The whole lack of an autopsy thing, is that still prevalent?
I don't see, again, I don't see why people think there's, just because they haven't, this is an active investigation, right? So an autopsy was made. It was performed. Just because we don't have the results yet doesn't mean it wasn't done.
We do have the surgeon that tried to save Charlie's life, who has publicly made his quotes known, which was in support of something that's also fed into a conspiracy narrative, that Charlie Kirk's bones were, in essence, a miracle that they stopped, you know, this caliber of a bullet.
Right.
So, but yeah, you know, I don't fault everybody for being speculative or to distrust our, you know, government. We don't. Nobody here trusts the damn government.
If you do feel like calling in, give us a call, 954-546-3455. Talk to myself, talk to Eli, bring up anything you want to regarding some of the stuff we've been talking about today. So if you want to call in, again, 954-546-3455. The line is open, so feel free. And we'll continue this Tyler video in the meanwhile.
Go for it. And Sess, I'm reading your comments, man. You're not providing like bad points at all.
Let's see here.
You know, he was shot from behind, he was shot from the side over here, but people don't realize, because they're looking at Google Maps and, you know, drone footage and other footage along those lines, they don't actually realize how close this was and the way that it was lined up. So if you just look at the Losi Center sign right here, that ladder directly above it, that's where the alleged shooter, Tyler Robinson, lay down with his rifle and fired the shot that ultimately took Charlie Kirk's life. And so keep in mind, I am right above where Charlie Kirk was shot. It doesn't get much clearer of an angle than that. And like I said, we're really just here to dispel the crazy theories we are seeing online. I mean, it's getting to the point of where it's uncontrollable, and I understand it. People don't trust the media, people don't trust the FBI, and they have good reason not to. But this is about as clear-cut as it gets right here. Is you can't be better aligned than where the alleged shooter, Tyler Robinson, took the shot. I'll put it this way, is I could throw a football fairly easily and hit that flag, hit where Kirk was sitting the day he was shot. And if you pan around right here, the camera perspective, and this is where a lot of the confusion comes in, it doesn't really capture how close this is, but right above the ladder, up top on this perch to the very right, is where the alleged shooter was actually standing or laying down. So, like I said, the camera's lenses and all of this, it doesn't really capture how close this is, but realistically, you could easily be where the shooter was at, and you could throw a baseball as well that far. I don't know about a football unless you got a pretty good arm on you, but this is not an unbelievable shot. People are saying that, you know, he had to be a professional assassin. You know, the latest one that I'm hearing is it's Israel. Like, you know, anybody that has basic gun training, that goes to the range a few times a week, and put yourself in the shoes and kind of the upbringing of somebody who was raised into a police family, which I was, is theoretically speaking, anybody that has any sort of firearm proficiency could have easily taken this shot. And a common misconception that I also see is, oh, they shot him in the neck, which obviously that is correct. But people think that at a downward incline, just like this, at this sharp of an incline, that the bullet is going to have bullet drop. That's not how it actually works. Is if you're aiming for center mass and you take a shot where the alleged shooter was at to where Charlie is at, wherever you're aiming, that's going to actually hit slightly higher. Hence the reasoning on if you're aiming for center mass, you're most likely going to hit somebody in the neck or in the facial area or just miss entirely. Some people are actually saying that the real shooter took the shot here, and that is all based on
any opinions or comments regarding his previous thing about how close the gun was, and or how close the shooter was to Charlie, and just kind of looking at this in like a new light kind of thing.
I mean, right now, I think equally, C-Fowls and I are kind of ODing on, holy shit, a guy with common sense, which is appreciated with the temperature up as high as it is with some of these conspiracy theories. But no, everybody's totally
I think it was a
chill,
great
and
idea, too, for this kid to go to the school and kind of walk around and kind of give a nice visualization of the campus and, these areas in question.
Important because of people, I think, to help people stay grounded when the hyperbole is the popular thing. I'm thankful to the service that this kid did decide to do.
Right. Let's continue a little more here.
Essentially a flash that popped up in this window. And I'll tell you from firsthand experience being on the campus, a lot of the times when you have speakers in this area, you have media organizations right here. So that theory is literally coming from not the trajectory of the bullet. There's no actual evidence of that. They're saying that, yeah, he might have been on the stairwell here and taken the shot. But this railing right here.
So he's talking about that one instance where there was the reflection from the top behind Charlie Kirk. Remember that? Like there was a reflection in the glass.
Oh,
so
yes.
He's referencing this being that behind the shot conspiracy.
I see.
Yeah.
But this kind of thin.
Just briefly pointing out, like, what I continue to find amusing. And hello, welcome, Eric Falk. If the gun was not put together well, would that make a change in speed of bullet? Fair point.
Yeah, good point.
But I love when there's so many of these conspiracies, and it's the same crowd that echoes them. It's like they willfully ignore when they start to cancel each other out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's from behind to look at the flash, but it's not from behind. It's the detonator. It's the palm. And they just never acknowledge that. If you want at least my curiosity to be piqued, I have to see like your conviction and when you start debunking. Okay.
Right. Exactly. Like what your base is. Like what I was saying before is like for Candace is everything is always the Jews. I would love to know when it's not the Jews, so I know how to base her reaction to things. If you think everything is a conspiracy, I'd like to know, with that same logic and that same effort you take into finding conspiracies, tell me, what do you not think is a conspiracy when the government did not lie? Because if you think they always lie, you think everything's a conspiracy, it doesn't. There's got to be a yin and a yang kind of thing. It can't just be all yang. It can't be all yin. Andrew Yang, and I don't got nobody for yin, but I'll figure that out.
We got Mr. Yin in the back pocket.
Yeah.
I'm envisioning like when it is the Jews now, like a sponsorship on a YouTube channel, they should hold up a sign, just be like, this one's not the Jews.
Yeah, not the Jews this time.
When it's the Jews.
Brought to you in part by the Jews.
And not the Jews.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm saying I don't know. It could be the Jews. It may not be the Jews. I don't know.
Yeah.
Jesse on fire. Jesse.
In line of material is where people are claiming to have seen the flash on video that lines up with the shot. But if you actually look at the angle that would have taken, the trajectory makes absolutely no sense. So it's even gotten to the point where I saw yesterday that people were posting videos of trapdoors and cellars. And one, it clearly shows they've never done manual labor a day in their life. Welcome to the first world. You're welcome. What you're seeing right next to the roses, which is where Charlie was killed, Those are utility access doors, and those were completely visible prior to the shooting and after the shooting, where they restoned the area. And people are bringing into question, why would you reconstruct the area right after the shooting? And it wasn't right after the shooting. It was nearly a week afterwards that they actually brought all of this new material in and ripped up the grass and replaced it with this stone. And the reason for that being is,
so who's to say, like, during the night, during like low traffic hours, they went in there and they did their, I know everyone's used to seeing numbers and crying, you know, like, here's a 1, you know, like little cardboard 1, cardboard 2, and you know, it's all caution taped off, and you know, but maybe for them, again, this official narrative, maybe it's more clear and concise what happened, and that it didn't need to be this big crime scene thing. I don't know.
Perhaps it's handled far differently when it's a high profile case, right?
Right.
You don't know how the protocol evolves
on a school campus that wasn't necessarily a school shooting, you know?
Yeah.
Wait, is that considered a school shooting now?
Shit.
Fuck.
You know, it's funny you're saying this, because I know this is a callback to a whole thing we did when the media was fuddling with how many happen, and what they consider to be a school pew-pewing shooting is literally anything. Like if a gun is pulled out or accidentally discharged, it goes in the statistics of school shooting.
Yeah, like or if there was like something going on outside the school and a bullet whizzed by, like that's a school shooting. Like they have, there's very loose, just like how they start to adjust mass shootings now. You know, like before it was a lot more big, and now like, yeah, anything over 2, it's a mass shooting. Like, well, shit then. But we're not talking about gang violence. We're just talking about mass shootings. Anything over 2, but not in the inner cities or gang violence. That's not considered.
Hearing it out loud, it's too easy to see who that's benefiting when you want to have a genuine conversation, right?
Yeah.
So if I'm speculating and pointing any fingers here, I will point my fingers at, no, not the Jews, silly, the left, the left-wing media.
Oof.
I know.
This is a public space. This is a university. You see this time and time again when a tragedy like this happens. It's not some grand conspiracy. Like I said, I understand people questioning things. I get it. I question things as well. But really, trapdoors, guys, like if you're going to question things, at least think about it before you talk. Is you have his friends and his family on social media, and imagine, just put yourself in their shoes for a moment of every time they log on to Twitter or Facebook or Instagram, they're seeing this brand new grandiose conspiracy on how it was an inside job, it was his security, or it was his best friend who was standing behind him, or a man standing right here with a palm gun because he adjusted his sleeve. Like, can we just not be retarded? I'll put it frankly. Is you've seen the alignment, you've seen the other angles that we've provided that make absolutely no sense. You've seen the eyewitness interviews all saying that the shot came from right above them, the people that were standing in that area. So let's just put it to rest. Is yes, absolutely investigate, absolutely hold the FBI accountable, ask questions as you should be about the motive of the shooter and everything of the shooter. But like, can we just not continue on with the baseless accusations? Accessible.
Now here he goes to get the
shooter's perch was in this instance.
This is the shooter's perch.
Once again, trying to misspell conception so people can stop engagement farming online, because we live in a age of social media clout. But keep in mind, like I said, there's countless students here, okay, at the time of the shooting.
Far too rational.
Yeah, I know.
This is the connector between the two buildings. You see that there's a staircase access, very easy. There's an access over here. Where I am standing directly in front of me is where the alleged shooter was laying when he assassinated Charlie Kirk. So obviously these barriers weren't here and aren't here. All you have to do is you simply walk across here, walk up these stairs, and you can walk straight to the shooter's perch in under 30 seconds. Lay down, prepare if you had your rifle there before, or take it out of your gun bag, and you take that shot. You can be in and out in under a minute, realistically. So people keep saying that this is a professional, highly trained shooter, this assassin. It's like, guys, you guys need to be grounded in reality for a minute. If you don't believe me, come down to the campus yourself, investigate a little bit. but it is very obvious what happened. I
mean, he does speak in absolutes too, but I was more so interested in the footage. You know, like I do think he makes some good points, but just the idea of just how close everything is just taken in the vicinity and the location of certain areas. I think it does help paint a better picture of trying to visualize if this kid could or could not pull it off. And like seeing this kind of leads me to believe that, you know, more so the official narrative than some of the conspiracies. Now, to play devil's advocate, I would wonder why this kid who was up there, no one saw him. If it's such an easy access place to get to, maybe everyone was sidetracked or whatever because of the event going on. But, you know, as he panned over this way, let me see if we can go back, and he showed the walkway. Let me see.
You do remember the
Right
footage that was released of the two people that were attending the live event that literally caught the shooter while he was getting to his position?
But look at these windows right here. Anybody on these floors would have seen the shooter too. You know what I mean? So like, not only, I guess there was nobody on this little brick walkway, but even in whatever these rooms up here, nobody was by the windows. Nobody saw him. So it could have been just a big coincidence, or there is something that we still don't know, a missing piece to the puzzle. Because, you know, obviously there is stuff we don't know still about this whole thing. But
yeah, and we're not the absolutionists here. Like, you see, we are malleable to have our minds changed, but at least as far as evidence, it's a great proposal and view.
Yeah. Well, I think, do we care about him going through the flower bed one? I mean, it's pretty much the same kind of concept. It's he just kind of walks you through of how close. Remember the ring footage of Tyler walking to the school in different clothes and then walking back away from the school, and like there's a little rose garden that he passes. Like that's the ring camera that captured that footage. So he starts at that house and just shows you the route he would have taken to get there. It's not that interesting, but it is like, oh yeah, it's fucking right there. It shows you how the ease of access, and he even shows you that, see, and keep in mind this whole route that he did take, there hasn't been a single camera. So maybe Tyler knew that, but there was the path that Tyler allegedly took, that this guy, USA Tyler walks. There's no security cameras in this school area, how he gets there.
Oh, okay.
So that could, which explains why a lack of footage, you know, of him maybe.
Right. Well, yeah, there's that. And, you know, I do believe with time, more and more things are going to come to surface. As always, sorry if I'm not saying your name right. Olsay, A-O-O. Tyler said that he did not shoot Charlie, guys. Come on. I can't tell if there's sarcasm here or if that's like the official statement you are making. There is a phone number up. Feel free to offer your perspective.
To play devil's advocate too,
change
like
our minds.
You can. And to play devil's advocate, how many people who are in jail and stuff like that, like I didn't do it, but they did, but I didn't do it. So like maybe he's having remorse. If that's what he's saying, maybe he doesn't want to face his consequences. So he's going to say, I didn't do it.
Yeah. I mean, anybody, it shouldn't be a shock to anybody when the perpetrator is caught and they say they didn't do it. So I don't find any suspicion. I find the evidence to be more compelling. I don't care, you know. So I don't know. There needs to be more time and more conversation. We need to hear more from everybody.
Yep.
I don't know what more stronger point to add to that, but it's not going to take, you know, the suspect, okay, saying this or that. That's going to persuade me entirely. It's going to be the collection of everything that we know is true.
Yeah, for sure. The whole collection of evidence.
And as Seth points out, appreciate that, Seth, guy could have mental health issues. I strongly do believe that. I also believe he was, in fact, radicalized by, I'll go as far to say, Antifa, within that Discord that he spent 8 months on while having the trans girlfriend man.
Trans girlfriend man.
Trans girlfriend man with a cape.
That's it for the Tyler stuff as far as USA Tyler goes. I feel like that we're at about the 2-hour mark. So I'm comfortable with being like, all right, you know, that was good. I don't know if, like the Ericka Kirk stuff, you want to go into that real quick? We totally can.
How do you feel about playing at least I'll give kind of a dealer's choice. Pick one, because this is at the very least, if anybody hasn't noticed. And by the way, welcome to the show. Your voice is all welcome. Period. Please feel free to subscribe to follow us on our journey to continue having the dialogue open. I am struggling with words today.
That's all good.
But I take it. I don't know why. This is where I'm imperfect. This is where me being a human being is bad because of my emotional reactions to things. And I'm not an absolutionist, but I don't know why. It does hit me in a bad place when people so confidently tell me, like dead-faced, I know for a fact Ericka Kirk was either in on it or practically did it herself.
Yeah, so definitive.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's me trying to put myself in the family's shoes, man. Everybody's free to think everything and say anything. Nobody has control over that. It's just fucking gut-wrenching to me. And that's where, if you're going to make such a crazy claim, in my opinion, you do have to persuade me. It's not me that has to, the burden of proof is that on who makes the claim. We had that discussion with Little Sundrop, who is a very old friend of mine. She is not stopping with posting things that they're demons, stop worshiping Charlie Kirk like he's a god, and it's, I saw footage where Ericka Kirk's eyes changed from brown to green, so she's a Mossad asset / time-traveling demon.
Heard. Hey, can you hold it down for 1 second? Hold down for 1 second. Have a little,
little powwow.
Gotta find a dog real quick.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I got the whole platform now. I'm going to burn this ship down. Here. Okay, so first off, thank you for those of you that get over whatever invisible fear that some people have when they stumble upon a live show that throws a phone number up. And it is the engagement that we are trying to, in terms of the vision of this show. That's really what we are wanting to be known for. That we're willing to have a conversation with anybody and everybody, regardless of my emotional reactions to things. I'm still close to the very people that are sharing the things that hit me in a way that doesn't feel good. I think all of us have to be prepared to be or get uncomfortable before we enter into the fray of public discourse. It's part of the course for the world we live in before words fail, and then the worst happens after that.
It was a false alarm. The dog was found. We're like, oh, shit.
Okay, thank God.
Couldn't find a dog in the house. We're like, what the fuck's a dog? Here's Ericka Kirk allegedly acting strange. And this is after Charlie was taken from us. I guess because she's smiling and happy, people think it's strange.
Amazing things down the pipeline that we are working on currently that will
unveil in due time.
I am so excited.
Yeah.
And so,
by the way, those are things Charlie himself
that he wanted.
We were working on some big things, right up until the end, and we've talked about that a lot. Like a lot of the guiding vision that
we have so many.
So that's her acting strange. I mean, can I say this? Maybe they've got her on some medicine. Maybe it really fucked her up, and they got her on some antidepressant. You know what I mean? Like they're trying to right her a little bit so she's not so low. I don't know.
My personal opinion is that she would be against taking medication because of her values and or beliefs, but I didn't see anything that's incredibly strange. The ambiance of the music doesn't help any here, but I think, is it radical to believe that a woman who is in mourning and trying to be a pillar of strength for a massive movement, the country, her children, the family, and everybody that's on the fringe of wanting to act out in violence is possibly putting on a brave face? Is that fucking radical? Yeah. Is it? And if it is, explain it to me like I'm fucking newly born, please.
I think what people, and more so what I'm taking away or what I'm thinking people are feeling from it is just, it's kind of like airy. Yeah. It's so, I think they're misconfusing. What we don't know is, have you seen a lot of video of her before this? So maybe this is just kind of her personality, little airy, little kind of happy-go-lucky, kind of smiley. But like you said, behind the scenes, maybe she's tore up, but when she goes on camera, when she goes on a show, she tries to look strong. Like you said, that's very possible. And the only thing I was saying is maybe like how she can be a little bit disconnected from it is because of medication. I don't think that's I don't think that wasn't meant to be a negative thing. It was just like she's experienced a very, very traumatic event, and it wouldn't be surprised. Maybe they're hooking her up with a little something to kind of relax a little bit. But that's just a theory. I like the one that she's putting on a brave, strong face better. I'm just throwing out two different vibes there.
Yeah, no, because we like to add the balance of conversation, like especially if we normally get calls. If we don't, we go like, I'm not trying to put us on a pedestal. We really put in the effort to be the devil's advocate if there isn't one there. First, I want to give a shout out to Stephen A. Brother, we appreciate you. And yes, Ericka Trump was Miss Arizona. I'm aware of that. It was 2012.
2012.
I think, and that's a big thing floating around, that this is somehow like, I don't understand this one. When it's in the hands of people that I don't have any malice to people that have conspiracies. I have my own, but so yes, Miss USA 2012, Arizona, met Trump, and that's supposed to be, he told her about Charlie Kirk, who is going to be
in Israel
during their pilgrimage, and then she is like a Manchurian candidate asset that marries him, has kids, and then decides on September 10th, 2025, this is the time for the mission activated. It doesn't.
You have to jump through so many more hoops to believe that than you do to believe like the official. You know what I mean? It's Hanlon's razor and Occam's razor, and I always kind of default to those. Just like, I have to make so many assumptions to get to the idea that happened with Ericka Kirk. I have to make so many. What do you call it? I have to put away a lot of other facts or details about the case to get to here and overlook a lot of the more hard evidence.
Too many liberties you have to take to get to this conclusion that is trying to be pushed so desperately. And, I understand the fatigue when people are exhausted, and I see where people are losing the want to have civil discourse, which is heartbreaking because of the hyperbole and the emotions and the beliefs behind it all. But, that's not going to ever change the fact that I'm going to be sincere about what I really think. I'm not Jesse on fire.
You're not?
Yeah, I know.
I had no idea. I had no idea. Well,
that's foolish, in my opinion. Feel free to elaborate, HK, and welcome to the show. Feel free to elaborate.
Welcome to the show, HK.
And if you want to call in, just hit the 1 or something. We'll throw that number back up.
We'll throw it back up.
I'm leaving it up to Josh, whatever he'd like to do. I know you had a shit day today, as did I.
I'm pretty much ready to call it. I'm clear and concise and happy with what we did here today, and happy that we got through everything on our title. So I'm cool. If someone calls in at the last moment, there we go. But I mean, I'm down to hit that outro music. Not because I want to, but just because if I go any longer, I'm gonna start to get bitchy and just.
Yeah, no. Hey, we did this on a midday Saturday. We're still working here. This will be one of my closing statements. This show stuck in the middle. We've been around for years. We just dusted off the mics, no more than a month and a half ago, and our ambition is to be consistent and have a schedule that all of you can follow. It's a work in progress. It's not set in stone yet, but we do have plans, and those plans hopefully include you, all of you, whether you agree or disagree. We want to build a Discord community. We want to start generating clips and adding more and more content, being available on demand more and more. This is all going to happen because there is a vision, and we just hope that those of you that join us are along for the ride.
We've definitely been more consistent than we have been in a while, which is a good thing. So
yeah, 100%.
Look out for that.
And I still hope for the near future, if your family will accept my drive out there before I start the new job.
I got bad news and good news that we can talk about afterwards.
All good, brother.
Yep.
All good.
But
no reply, and all of you, please feel sorry, I keep on over talking you. Feel free to email us, drop a message. I'm Progressive Patriot. If you just look that up in the algorithm on YouTube, you'll find me. I'm the Eagle with the cigar. Reach us, email us your content, stuckinthemiddleshow@gmail.com, progressivepatriot44@gmail.com. I'll put it in the comments of this. We hope that you engage. We hope you hit the like button and that you subscribe Otherwise, God bless. I've said my piece.
And because we don't have such a schedule right now, the best way you know when we do go live is to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. Then you know your boys on Stuck are going live on a random Saturday, or maybe we even do Tuesday next week. We don't know, but right now that's the way to know and stay up to date with us, is just follow that. Yeah, and like the episode, share it out. We appreciate you hanging out with us. And until the next one, my good friend Eli,
stay stuck.
Stay stuck. We'll see y'all later. See you.